Hi students, welcome to the channel Learning Panel with Pooja Singh. So let us continue chapter number 1 in Geography Resources of Class 8th. Well, as you know that previously we were doing classification of natural resources. Among them, two already we had done. Number 1 on the basis of origin and on the basis of renewability or exhaustibility. Right? Videos or a link of previous one video you may get in the description box. So let us we have the next two points of the classification of natural resources. But first of all, we just mention the heading classification of natural resources, right? So already two we done. Now let us see we have number 3rd classification or a part type, whatever you wanna say, on the basis of development, right? On the basis of development. So as per the previously, on the basis of development, resources classified into two parts. I just mentioned here two parts. Number 1, actual resources, right? And the second one is potential resources. Okay? So first of all, let us have the meaning of actual resources. Into the single sentence, that resources whose quantity and I just wrote here, and quality is known as, right? Actual resources, that resources whose quantity, underline, and quality is known as, that are called actual resources. Example, like a petroleum in India, especially I just mentioned here a name, a particular place, Bombay High, right? It is the place where petroleum is found, derived, whatever. Okay, so quantity, quality is known of petroleum in India at the place of Bombay High. That's why this is a actual resource. Even you may say that resource or resources presently in use or determined. Okay, now after this we just come to the potential resources. Okay, just go opposite. Into the single sentence, I just mentioned here that resources whose quantity and quality is not known as, right? That resources whose quantity, underline, and quality is not known as, okay, called potential resources. Example, again I'm just taking from India, like in India, uranium. Okay, uranium where? Uranium at the place of Ladakh. Okay, it is an idea in Ladakh region, uranium is a mineral, is found. Petroleum already a mineral, is found, but of how much quantity and of what type of quality, it is not means there is not an idea about this. Okay. Even you may say that are not used in present time, called potential resource. Maybe science, technology is coming, advancing, then that can be used in future, and that potential resources can be turned into the actual resources. Okay, or that are determined. One more example I'm just giving you here, like wind energy, you know, that produced from the windmills. It is saying 200 years back. Not an idea about the wind energy, means idea was there, but how the technology is used, not idea about that. Okay, so after that, as technology come up, so wind energy is starting to produce from windmills. And right now in India, also Tamil Nadu, there Gujarat and Rajasthan side, wind energy is going to produce or are producing. Okay, so this is about on the basis of development. After this, let us come to our next and the last classification on the basis of distribution. So first of all, I erase this. Okay, here. So, be attentive here. Okay. Now, let us come to the next and the last classification of natural resources on the basis of distribution. Okay. Same like others. On the basis of distribution, there are how many types? 2 types of resources. As mentioned here, for your more understanding, okay, and for your memory. Number 1 is ubiquitous here resources. Okay, and the second one is localized. I just again write down localized resources. Okay, so first of all, we talked about ubiquitous resources. Very simple, into the single sentence again. And that resources, okay, just take focus. That resources are presented everywhere. Okay, that resources are presented, underline, everywhere, called ubiquitous resources. Example, like air, okay, water, like that, presented everywhere, whatever continent, whatever place of the earth. Okay, but here is one thing to point out or to be noted down. Amount is not measured. Okay, not talking about the amount. Means here fresh air, fresh water, we are not talking about, because fresh water is on one place, and in the same amount, same quantity, not on or not in other place. Okay. Now after this, we come to the next, localized resources. Just go opposite. Very simple. That resources are not, okay, are not presented everywhere. Okay, once again, that resources are not, underlined, presented everywhere. Example, like air, like we just take mineral. Okay, so called localized resources. Minerals is example, means a particular mineral we are talking about, like we are talking about iron. Iron is in Jharkhand if we are talking about India, but iron is not in before this given the example of Ladakh region, there is no iron. Okay, so like this particular mineral or a minerals, every mineral is not presented everywhere. That's why minerals come into the category of localized resources. So this is all about classification of natural resources, right? Well, in the last but not least, don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel Learning Panel, so that with your support, like these videos, like this information, studies we bring for you. Thank you so much.